Well, hi everybody. Oh gee, oh gee, oh gee. What a week, what a week, what a last few days. It seems like, I think it's only been 3 days since I did some videos. It seems like it's been 6 months when you look at everything that's going on. Uh, Probably all of us are, and I've always got a lighter laying out here. I don't smoke, it's to light candles with. Not that it's a bad thing. Maybe I'm just proud that I quit when I was 40 after smoking for 20 years. Probably a good thing I did quit, or I probably wouldn't be sitting here. But anyway, I want to thank everybody that's donated to the channel and thank all my new subscribers. I'm still just amazed that when when I get new subscribers, it's so nice. And I just wanted to thank you and thank you for the donations, and the one that's got a hold of me for card readings. I want to thank all them, and I hope they were happy with them. They all appeared to be. Um, and if you'd like a private reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. So it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And just send me an email, and I'll get back with you with how to set one up, And so eyes are a little blurry. Probably got makeup in them. Anyway, I always say I'm not going to talk first. If this turns out like I like it to, I give you a little moment of zen right before this. But it's just so hard not to say anything. And the more I hear Nancy Pelosi, the more I can't even believe that crap's coming out of her mouth. You know, before the last election, because she had always been one of my favorites. Feinstein used to be a favorite. I was trying to primary her before the last election. Get her out of there. She'd just been there too long. They owe too much corporate money to too many big people, and they've taken too much money, and they're super, super rich, and they have no idea how the real country lives anymore. They've been in there too long. So anyway, according to what's on the news, Nancy Pelosi's afraid that the conservative Democrats will get primaried or get put out of the House or whatever. But if they're that conservative, they need to go anyway. How are they going to help with a new government if we set it up if they're in there like the Tea Party voting against everybody? It doesn't even make any sense. She's just total old school. That's all there is to it. She has no idea what's really going on. She's worried about getting them reelected, and she's gonna mess around and piss everybody off so bad they're gonna mess around and lose the House if they don't get in there and start fighting for our democracy. And so I think they ought to primary all the conservative Democrats too. I think they ought to primary them with the progressive and the Justice Democrats. That's what. If you go to TYT, you'll see. They'll give you the website to go to check this all out and see what's going on. But there's a lot of them that are. There's another one from New York that's going to go in and primary an older Democratic. It's a woman, but she's been there for years, and she's totally out of touch too. I hope she gets through. I can't remember her name. I seen her on TV earlier tonight. I was going to write her name down because if I get a few extra pennies, I'd like to donate, because she's taken all donations from just the people like Bernie Sanders and like Ocasio-Cortez did. But we got to get the money out of our government, or we're not going to have any government. And if they let Donald Trump stay there till the end of his term, we're not going to have any government either. I know I used to be such a follower of Bill Maher. I mean, he was my hero, still my hero in a way. But I almost agreed with like 98% of everything he said on his show. But my ideas on the Democratic Party and our government and what's going on has changed so much in the last couple of years that sometimes I have trouble watching his show. It's like he's just way off in left field and just, well, he's been rich a long time too. And just not in touch. I mean, they just put you'd think on an HBO deal they could get both sides of stuff out. But they just put one side out, like talking about a Medicare for all and how horrible it would be. And don't go on to say that how much it would lower the cost. And I have Medicare and it's great. And also doesn't go on to say, yeah, it doesn't change who your doctor is. It doesn't change any of that stuff. It just cuts out the middleman, and which is the insurance companies. So it's just automatic that everything's paid for. But it doesn't change your care, and you still go to the same hospitals. That they don't have special hospitals to send Medicare people to, or special doctors' offices. In fact, the doctors would go broke if that were true. But anyway, it's like they're just not telling people the whole story. They're not, and they also need to get through to a lot of people that don't watch politics all the time that single payer is Medicare. Because a lot of people think single payer, it doesn't answer when they say it that way, it doesn't answer the question for them. They need to let them know what it is, that everything will be paid for. And that, anyway, here I am going on about that. But I wrote some stuff down here. I know where I was going to go back to Bill Maher again. One thing where the more I watch this facade going on, the more I watch Trump in power, there's one place where I think Bill Maher's absolutely right. I think he has no intention of leaving office. I know every time I do the cards, it shows a deal, it shows him walking away. But maybe that's a deal with Putin and he's walking away with our government. Who in the hell knows? Because unless the House does something, and they're going to have to do something, to at least, and that was a fiasco last week. I don't know why they don't get some good lawyers in there to question these people. But anyway, I don't want to go into that. But unless the House does something and they let Trump stay in there, he has another year and a half to corrupt every single day and to take more power every single day. And he's not going to give it up, even if he loses the election. Even by a landslide, he's not going to walk out of there. He's going to fight it. And he's fired, and like the deal I did on playing the Jenga, he's pulled so much of the foundation out from under our democracy. He's already bragged about, well, he's got the military on his side, he's got the police. So who knows what he might try. So I think that this probably sounds far-fetched. A year ago, people would have thought I was crazy, but I even got a text from my grandson today, which made a big smile on my face, because it's like finally they're getting people's attention that kind of thought they could put this on the back burner and start paying attention to it next year. But I think people might have to go to the streets. Something's going to have to happen. But here I am going on and on and on. I want to look at this really quick to see if... But what we need to do is get behind all these Justice Democrats and get them elected. And the Justice Democrats are all running on donations only. And if you got a little bit of money and there's one in your neighborhood or in your state or even somebody else's state that you think looks like they'd make a be good in Congress, well then donate to them. You know, even $25. And you can do that over and over again to help them as they go. But, and I don't know what's going on with Nancy Pelosi. I don't even think it's political anymore. I think maybe I ought to do a reading on that. To see, is she being blackmailed? Does Trump have something on her where he's literally blackmailing her? I know this sounds silly, but that's really, this is just getting more ridiculous every day. And she sat right there and said that things were out of hand, and as soon as we got another president in, that the rules need to be changed. That sounds like some cowboy at a rodeo. Instead of the woman in charge of the house, something needs to be done right now. Not after we get another president in. If we're lucky enough to even get a halfway legal election and even get another president elected, or even get him in there without the having martial law in the streets. Anyway, something needs to be done, and it needs to be done right now. It needed to be done 6 months ago. But by now it's so obvious, like I say, even people that I feel like thought I was a little crazy 6 months ago are agreeing with me. But anyway, I'm going to quit ranting and maybe cut some of this out. So what I was going to read on, I forgot what I was going to read on. We need to primary all those conservative Democrats and just get them the F out of there. And well, let's see. Let's do cards on Nancy Pelosi. I don't like to do cards on her, but let's see what. I think that she has been so corrupt for so many years, maybe, or not just. I'm not saying like Donald Trump or anything, but having her bread buttered from all over, so much money, so much big money, so much corporate money and stuff, that she just don't want to rock the boat. She just don't want to rock the boat. That's what I've thought for a long time, and now I think it's more than rocking the boat. I think she's afraid. I don't know what she's afraid of, but she's afraid of something. She's definitely afraid of something. So, anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's just do a regular Celtic cross on her and see what Miss Nancy's up to. Well, I hope anybody can hold on to things better than I can here. I'll tell you what, I'm making a mess here. But anyway, sometimes this is easy and sometimes it's not. I guess that's like life is. One day something seems so simple and the next day it's just not simple anymore. And then it might be simpler again the next day. By the time you get my age, it kind of comes and goes. Oh, I love you guys. I really do. Thank you so much for all your comments. So, let's see what Miss Nancy's up to. Well, we got the Ten of Cups, which is the happy, nostalgic Democratic Party there. Like I heard somebody say on the Joy Reid show, that it's like they're, first of all, they thought they were playing chess and Trump was playing checkers, but Trump's not playing even on that game. Trump's taking a knife to a chess game and he's just walking away with it. And they're going to have to get it out there. They're going to have to grow a pair and get out there and do something about this. Anyway, But okay, so that's what she's thinking. She's thinking if she can just hold the status quo, keep everybody in the party happy, then everything's going to go good. But what's going to happen, and what's already happening, is she's pissing all the common people off, and they're so pissed that nothing's getting done about this that it's just a shame there's not anybody to vote her out of office. Or I think if they had the election tomorrow and she was up, she's not up for another 2 years. I don't think she's up to 2020, 21 or 22 or something like that. But if she could get voted out of there, she'd get voted out of there the next election. I don't have a doubt in my mind. I remember when that guy was running against her to try to take over speaker, I was just had my fingers crossed because I thought, oh, she knows what she's doing, and he's not that. Anyway, it would have probably been the best thing that would have happened if he would have beat her instead of backing off. And here's the nostalgia card. That's the influence on her. That's the influence on her. She really is in such a frickin' bubble there in the Beltway that she thinks that everything's just going to go back like it used to be, which actually she hasn't been paying a whole lot of attention, or she knows that nothing's been working for years. That's why people were so behind Bernie Sanders before, and that's why I think they're going to get behind him again. I just got my fingers crossed because I really feel like we need somebody that can get people fired up, and it is not Biden. But anyway, let's not go there right now. Here's the nostalgia. So that's what she's thinking. She's wanting it back like it was 20 years ago, but it's not going to hop back to 20 years ago just because they get a tyrant out of there. And at the base of the reading is the Two of Pentacles. So she just thinks that she can juggle this, for another year and a half, letting him blatantly break the law and just go, and getting us into World War III. I can't believe that we sent troops. I can't believe it. And I can't even believe they call him the kingdom. I mean, I know that's something they're supposed to call him because of some kind of protocol they've had with him for years, but it is... These people took a bone saw and cut a person up inside an embassy. And this is the people that we're sending troops to help. It's all oil. And we don't need any more oil anyway. We need to get the frick away from oil. The whole thing just does not make any sense. These people are just old, and I'm old too. But I'm not stupid. Anyway, good Lord, you guys aren't going to want to listen to me about this. Is what you hear every time. I'm going to be nicer. I'm going to be nicer. So she's busy juggling. She's worried about being left out in the cold if she does what's right. Instead of doing what's right, and she's scared to death that people are going to be mad at her, or that she might lose the house, or she might lose her job. But she's going to mess around and lose her. This is upside down. This is wrong thinking. She's going to mess around and lose her job just because people don't want her in there. Maybe if they do bring a bunch of new people in there and get a little bit stronger, maybe, I don't know how often they have to vote on who the speaker is, but maybe they can throw her ass out of there. Another reason too, it's all the money. This is the crowning the reading. It's all for her. It is all the money. It's all the money she's been taking for years and years, and she's terrified of this. If they really, really start an investigation and get into this, she's scared to death what's going to come out on her. And maybe she's been threatened with it. I wonder if she's been threatened. We'll draw a clarifier card on that before we're through and see if she's been threatened. If she's being blackmailed just a little bit. And in the distant future, she's still thinking about just working with Trump arm in arm. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of bills they pass through the House right now. They're not going to go through the Senate, so they're wasting their time doing all this legislation. It sounds good. It's like we're little busy bee workers, and we're working here, and we're doing this, and we're doing that, and aren't we being good? While they're giving our democracy away. it's just like it is weird. If it wasn't so ridiculous. Anyway, it is unreal. It is unreal. And what's going on with her? If she just wants to follow the rules, here's the hero plant. In her head, she thinks she's following the rules. The rules are when somebody acts like a tyrant and breaks the law every day for over 3 years or 2.5 years being president, or God, it seems like he's been president for 50 years. But anyway, then you get rid of them. If you have the power to do it, you do it. Well, here's the hero plant. Maybe that's what maybe she is getting battered enough where she's going to go there and start thinking of it. But it don't sound like it from the interview she gave the other day. It was the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. We're going to change the rules after he's gone. What makes her think that he has any plans of ever being gone? And so, in the next one is she's got the Knight of Pentacles. She does. She has somebody coming in and reminding her all the jeopardy she could be in if she starts this impeachment. And it's to do with money. It's to do with money. So I'm not sure what's going on here with this money. Let me pull this down here this way a little bit so you can see these cards. But it's to do with money. And thank God the lady's as old as I am. She's older than I am. But thank God, because if she's not, it would be the death of her career anyway. She'll never get elected again. She would never, ever get elected again. This is going to be the death of all of her work and everything she's done all of her life. It's going to be the death of it. It's just going to be, she's going to lose all respect from everybody and anybody before this is over if she don't do something. And here we go. This is the outcome, which doesn't tell us nothing except she still can't make up her frickin' mind. Her frappin' mind. I'm going to be nice and quit saying frickin' and start saying frappin'. She just can't make up her frappin' mind about anything. And I'm going to pull one of these cards for a clarifier up here on this Knight of Pentacles over the hero plant. I'm wondering if William Barr's blackmailing her. They may not be blackmailing, but they're sending little messages like, remember when you did this, or how about when you took the money from this or that, or they're getting messages to her some way that's terrifying her, where she's afraid to act. Because this isn't just a natural thing. It's not just coming out about that. God, I'm afraid to even cut these and bring a clarifier out on these. Well, we got another Justice card. So, wish I'd have brought that out for this. Should have looked down here on this Two of Cups to see if she's ever going to make up her mind. But we got a Justice card, so justice would be her getting found out. Justice would be her going forward. Justice would be for her to say, you know, if you're threatening me, stick it up your whatever. But anyway, we got the Justice card up there. It doesn't say, well, it's enough to say that if she is worrying about her own ass and everything, that maybe something's going to come out about this ahead of time. Something's going to change. Because justice can't be done unless she changes her mind and gets everybody in their back in an impeachment, and everybody doing their homework, and everybody paying attention, and getting some lawyers in there to question people instead of this fiasco that goes on in the House every time they have a public hearing, everybody trying to grandstand. Anyway, let's go down here for this. Okay. See what we got on top of the, down here at the bottom, we got her, here, I was going to move this back so you could see the cards. Well, anyway, down here at the bottom, we got her not being able to make up her mind. And if she don't make up her mind, she's going to burn the whole Democratic Party down. This is not good. She's really pissing people off that put the people into the House that turned it. She's really I'm not the only one that's angry about this. Everybody's angry about that. And they're ready to burn the House down. So she better do something. But anyway, I feel like I sounded really angry all the way through this, but I don't know how to. It's almost like telling a story, and it's hard to tell a story if you can't, when it's upsetting you. So I'll go back over this because it seems like people like me to. Okay, so she just thinks everything's shiny and bright, that she won the House and she gets to be in charge, and oh, great me. And if I just keep it like it is, and then it'd go back to like it used to be, which was, at least we had a rule of law, and we had, when Obama was in, we had somebody we could really respect in the presidency. But it wasn't like they were doing a whole lot. They got the medical stuff through, but every time he put something up, McConnell blocked it. Couldn't even get another anybody on the Supreme Court. So we don't need to go back there. So she's like daydreaming. She's like totally daydreaming about going back there. And then she knows she's going to have to juggle. But I don't know what in the hell she thinks she's going to juggle. But our whole democracy in her hands. At one time I thought that wouldn't be a bad idea. Now I'm almost disappointed that she'd end up being president if both of them went. She doesn't realize that she's crippling the Democratic Party by doing this. She's literally crippling the Democratic Party by doing this. And it all has to do with money and power. She wants to keep that money and power, and she's being told, probably by her big donors, to hold back. Somebody's telling her what to do. And they're either threatening to blackmail her, or they're just telling her what to do because she owes them so much from all these years. And then we got Donald Trump here in the near future. He's just going to sit there and get fatter and richer and laugh in her face. And what's going on with her right now, Sahara plant, is she's not following the law. She's getting further and further away from the law every day. Somebody's threatening to blackmail her or bring something out, or something's going to... She's really terrified about something personal. This is a personal matter. But the clarifier on that was justice, so maybe somebody's going to push her over the line. Maybe she's going to realize that if she don't do something, she's going to lose the whole party. If she doesn't, it's going to be the death of her career, although she's getting ready to quit anyway. So that's another reason. So why not? Why is she even so worried? Unless there's something really bad that could... I think it's blackmail. I feel personally it's something to do with blackmail. So here she is, still trying to make up her mind. But if she doesn't make up her mind, it's going to flush us. So she needs to do something right away. And I hate to say this, because I'd rather tell these cards just like a Pollyanna and make everything come out great, but it's not great. And she's not being great. And she's not even close to being great. But anyway, I was thinking about yesterday about doing one really quick about Iran again to see if we were going to be stupid enough to send troops over there, but we've already done that. So I've sat here going on and on about this, and I know this couldn't have made anybody feel better. I was wanting to make people feel better. I'm sorry about that. Um, anyway, remember, if you want a personal reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and just thank y'all. Thank you. Bye bye now.